Hey everyone, I'm Kelly, and this is Echo, and I'm just going to be teaching you some really simple braids that you can incorporate to any hairstyle that can just change your style, or just, I guess, refresh your style is what I should say.
Get more mileage out of that hair.
Yes, so I just deep waved her hair. Again, it's one of my favorite irons. So this particular style of curl can last you many days, but if you wanted to, do something different at work every day, you can really change the way that it looks with just a simple, different change in your part or throwing in a braid, a fun braid. So what you're going to need for a couple of those, some people can't, they say they don't know how to braid, so this is a really easy thing. It's some way to cheat the braids. So if you want to go to your local Dollarama or dollar store and get these tiny little clear hair elastics, I find they work fantastic. It helps to have a texturizing spray. I'm using the Tea Tree Wave Refreshing Spray, texture spray. I just find that helps get it a little bit more grit. But what we're going to do, she did have a center part to begin with, but I'm going to actually part just slightly off to the side. I'm going to give it kind of an edgier look, but not too edgy. We're going to do, first we're going to do a section here at the front. So I'm going to go from that part line, kind of do her temples there. So like a small section, you don't have to do very big. You take one of those clear elastics. Now if you have dark brown hair, I know that you can get brown elastics. Try to color match as close as you can to your natural hair color. So you're just going to throw it in there. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to split this in half. And you're going to loop this through. As easy as that. Okay, then you're going to take your next section, just below it. Get your elastic. You're going to loop it through about 3 times. Just, you want it to be snug, you don't want it to be too tight. Then you're going to take that loop, let's try and loop it through, a little bit tight. So you want to do it probably at least 3 times, depending on what kind of look you want to do. Now you can continue this like all around the head, it's really pretty. Depends on how much time you have in the mornings or before your event. Take the next one. I'm just going to do 3 this time, just to give you an idea. And I don't want to get too far back because then that actually starts taking the volume away from your face, and I still want it to look fairly symmetrical, both sides for volume. So again, you're going to take this, split it, and bring that strand through. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this refreshing texturizing spray and I'm going to spray it. Then I'm going to start at the front, and I'm actually going to start pulling, now tiny pieces. Start pulling it out. This makes it look a little bit thicker. So this is a very good trick too for any person that has really fine hair, on maybe even thin hair. This is how you make the fat braids, is what we call them. Nice voluminous hair. So just kind of work away at that until you get the look that you are wanting to achieve. And just keep pulling at it. Little by little. See, it kind of has that braided look to it without having to know how to braid. And when you pull it out, it actually hides the hair elastics really well really well as well. So that's all you gotta do for that. You can look around. It just kind of adds just a little bit of an edge to the hairstyle, but still nice and soft. I've had some brides want to have like some flowers and stuff stuck in here. It's really like a nice bohemian style. So that's one way of doing that. Then, so we'll do a side shot again here. I'll step away. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do braid, but again I'm going to go from a side part, and I'm actually going to do the front. So I'm actually going to switch spots here, get my pregnant belly in on this side.
Do you want me to turn?
Oh, maybe just please turn just a tiny bit there. There we go. So you're going to take your section here, and you're going to split it into 3 parts. So I'm actually going to go underneath, so I'm going to grab that first piece, underneath, and you just keep crossing under with the ones on the side, with the strands on the side. Just keep always crossing over, crossing under the middle section. You just keep adding to the sides. The nice thing about this is it's not a perfect look. You don't want it to be too perfect.
Is this what they call a Dutch braid, or is this?
Yes. Well, it would be very similar. It would be kind of a loose version of that.
Okay.
So now what I'm doing here is a lot of people in this temple area, right above the temple, you get to be a little bit thinner in here. It's just natural. So what I like to do is I actually like to leave a little bit more fall right there and then start working my way backwards. I'm just going to work probably just behind the ear. Now it doesn't look like anything too special yet, but when I get to just behind the ear, I'm actually going to just work into a normal braid. And I'm going to leave just the ends out there, so just behind her ear. And then I'm going to grab a hair elastic. Throw this hair elastic in. Say throw, not actually throw. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, because I did put some wave refreshing spray in already, I'm going to take just a light hold hairspray. It's a flexible hairspray. I'm going to take this, you can see I'm going to start at the bottom here, and I'm just going to start slowly pulling hair out. The hair elastic. So that's why you didn't want to go all the way down to the bottom. So you wanted to have some to be able to pull up. See how it's just starting to make this braid a lot thicker, a lot fuller. With it having a bit of a wave to begin with, it already adds some body to it. You just pull at the corners there, just a little bit at a time. You can always add more. And then you can work your way down again if you need to pull some more. Just keep working your way up the strand, just pulling at the edges. back, make sure it's equal. Just gives it a little bit of height there. I'm going to take a bobby pin. I'm just going to split that bobby pin. I'm actually going to go underneath here because I don't want this sticking out, but I don't want to actually go right to the head there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath, probably like 2 inches above where the braid is going to end. I'm going to go underneath and I'm going to just slide that up so it gives it a little bit neater of an appearance down here at the bottom. Sticks to the shape that you want. Might add one more. A little bit further down. Just like a little bit of hair there. Slide it up. And that's just a really cute braid that you can do just to add a little bit more interest to this particular style. This one's a little bit harder than the last one that I showed you, but this is for those of you that like to braid and like to try something new. Again, it's really fun to put different accents in there if you wanted to put some flowers or whatever you can do, whatever you feel like doing. It's really, really fun and easy. It doesn't take long, and it just adds so much more to the hairstyle. Alright, so the last option I'm going to give you guys is for people that maybe are like, oh, I want to try something like that, but I don't have those hair elastics and I can't braid. So this is something all you need is some bobby pins. It's very, I'm going to say it's probably the simplest way of doing it. So you take your part, and what you're going to want to do, actually I'm going to go down and do an angle here. I'm just going to back comb this out of the way. I take my part like that. All I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it away from the hair, away from the scalp, and I'm going to start twisting. I'm going to start twisting it down and back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bobby pin and I'm going to go on either side of that twist. I'm going to push it back into the twist and lock it in place. This is also for those of you that want to have, or you have the urge to shave half of your head. So it's a great way to test it out beforehand. Kind of gives it more of a, this is definitely an edgier way of doing it. So again, you take it, you just twist it underneath, pull it down. Again, you take your bobby pin, you open up your bobby pin, put it on either side of that twist, push it back into the twist. That hides the bobby pins really, really well. Again, you take your next section, start twisting, twisting down and back. This one, again, take your section, you start twisting, twist, 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 bobby pin, either side. Now that one you won't want to push all the way through, so you don't want to see it. And then you'll take your back comb brush or your comb, and you're just going to back comb this, the rest of the hair, kind of just away from the twist, just to keep them from falling over. A very, very simple way of adding a little bit of edginess to your hairstyle without it being permanent. Again, super, super fun way of adding some interest to the hairstyle, so you can actually get a lot of mileage out of these 3 techniques. You can do it wherever you want. You can even like add 2 at a time. You can be a little bit adventurous, but this is just a quick and easy way of adding a little bit more interest to your hair. And you can do that with any kind of curl. And you can even do this kind of hairstyle with it straight as well. It's really fun. So I hope these tips encouraged you to try something a little bit different, and I hope you enjoyed them.